Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M41 HMC. It's the Tier 5 American SPG and we're located on the east spawn of Sand River. And it's a very different Sand River you're looking at here because this is a 9.17 replay. Back from 2017. And we've got Burntbear in the M41 HMC. So let's see what happens.
Let's go.
Battle has commenced. Well, you can see one mark of excellence on the barrel, so Burntbear is not a stranger to the M41 HMC. 155mm howitzer mounted on the chassis of a Chaffee tank. And you know it's the chassis of a Chaffee because it's got that hexagonal plate right on the front of the vehicle. That's for the cover for the gearbox. And he's pulling up on top of the hill on the rise. It looks like he's going off to the bowl, which is quite a popular place to fire from back then. Not anymore because I think too many people know exactly where it is and where the Arty tends to go. Okay, situated and just turning to face the enemy. As you can see, he's got a fairly wide arc of fire. That's because the M41 howitzer can actually move about quite a bit on its mount. Not as much as the M44, but certainly it's pretty good if you're looking for the enemy because it means you get less reticule bloom when you're re-aiming your vehicle. Okay, if you see that arc move, obviously the vehicle had to move, but he's styling in on the Panzer IV-A. And remember, this is back in the day when, and that shell went long, it's back in the day when there was no stun mechanics. So Arty had the full cream, the full power. Okay, looks like trying to go for that Panzer IV-A again. Almost reloaded, ready to go. And of course he got some reticule bloom there because he kept trying to re-aim and unfortunately missed the Panzer IV-A as he pulled away. But he's got a light Viz 38 there. Now you're going to see some lower tier vehicles because this is a tier 5 game and there's some tier 3 tanks and that light Viz 38 is a tier 3 and he's just been wiped out with one shot. We've got a Hetzer, that's a tier 4. He's still reloading, almost there. He's decided to aim towards the north and of course the reticule bloomed because the vehicle had to move in order to reassign the aim. Going for the Chinook Kai. Dialing in. And unfortunately fired that shot while it wasn't fully dialed in. Of course the shell missed the target. Fell short. And we've lost the OI experimental. You could say he was double teamed by that Chinook Kai and the Chinook. We're loaded now. And he's still going for the Chinook Kai. Round out. Oh, unfortunately, Chinook Kai was killed. And our shell hits the wreck and makes a twang as it hits. And the Chinook's been killed. Scores are fairly even at the moment, though. Right, we've got a OI experimental next to the mosque. We're loaded. We're dialing in. Round out. Direct hit wipes him out. He only picked up 55 hit points of damage, but he did wipe out the OI. That was all it had left. And he's reloading and dialing in on the Matilda. Tier 4. British medium with a quite potent 2-pounder gun. Unfortunately, that round did not do anything except destroy a few brick walls. Okay, still going for the Matilda. He should be able to take him out with one shot. So the alpha damage for this 155mm is 700 hit points if you can get a direct hit, and he did! It was an unsighted kill on the Matilda as well. He was a blind kill, you might say. Now there's a KV-1 in the riverbed, but we've lost sight of him. And there's an IKV in the village near the enemy cap. Dialing in. Fires early. Might miss. But oh, it didn't! He got him! 150 hit points. That was a one-shot kill. And that's his 4th kill. Now, an enemy M4 and a Hetzer was seen near the enemy cap. But we don't know where they are now. Oh, there's the FCM Pack 36 Pack 40. Very dangerous tank destroyer. It's actually down in the game as a French one, but in actual fact it's German. And he got him! A blind kill again! I think that was a one-shot as well. Yes, the FCM 36 Pack 40 was a German gun mounted on FCM 36 tank. But it was a very powerful anti-tank gun, 76mm. Fires a round in premature, and unfortunately that 3001H escapes. But he is getting closer, and the Mod 38T is moving up to spot. Yes, there he is. And we're halfway through reload, and the 38's just taken a big hit. Can we get a shot in this 3001? Round out. Yes! We take him out the game and save the Marder's life. Only just. He had only a few hit points left. The scores are still even, so it could go either way. There's a Hetzer. That was the Top Gun, by the way. I forgot to mention that. When he killed the 3001H, he got his Top Gun. Fires around at the Hetzer. Now. And no, it's too premature because it wasn't fully dialed in. Right, well, we're one tank behind at the moment. But we know where that Hetzer is. And if we can get a shot onto target, we might be able to take him out because he's low on hit points. Round out. Should work. And it does. He got another blind kill. And there's a Sav M43. Oh no, it's an M4. He's right up by the wreck of the FCM. The Pack 40. Going for him. Dialing in and... Oh! Yes! Oh! I thought for a second when he pulled back he was going to drive straight back into the path of the shell and be taken out. But unfortunately we just lost our IKV-72. And there is a KV-1. He's full health. We're dialing in. Loading. Round out. Oh, he stopped prematurely. And no, we didn't get anything from that at all. No stun mechanic or anything back then. This is 2017. A replay from 2017. KV-1 stopped at the edge of the riverbed. We're loaded. Round out, should hit. And it misses. How could that miss? It landed almost next door to him. Didn't do any damage at all. And we just lost our Matilda. But our KV-1S is about to attack the KV-1. And we're almost loaded. He's trying to precisely aim this. Fires the round in. It's a bit late. Oh, it lands behind. And we've lost our KV-1S. We're going for the M4. Or is he going for the KV-1? I think he's going to go for the KV-1. No, he keeps changing his mind. And unfortunately now he's lost sight of all of them. So now we're totally reliant on the Marder to get the kill. So he fires around in blind. But no joy. Now he's got 7 kills at this moment. He gets another one. He gets a Radley Waters. But since there's only 4 versus 2 now, it's going to be very, very difficult. He's going to be totally reliant on the Marder to spot for him. Remember, that Marder has only got, I think, about 5 hit points. So he's not going to survive long if he gets spotted. One shot will probably see to him. And then we're going to be relying on the view range of our own Arty, which is, unfortunately, only 260 meters. Very, very short. Well below the view range of those tanks. They'll definitely see him before he sees them. Well, he's aiming for a point where he expects the enemy to appear, and he's found a Sav M43. Can he get a shot at him? Round out. No, it goes long. He didn't let it dial in fully. And now he's got to wait for the reload to complete. It's about 20 seconds. But he's going to be fully dialed in when he does fire. If he keeps on this target. Unfortunately, it's moving to the edge of the field of fire. Round out. Yes, he gets it. That's his Radleys. And the KV-1 has reached the cap area. Unfortunately, that Marder's not going to last long now. He's backing away, the Marder. He's under Arty fire as well. The enemy still has a gorilla. And the KV-1's starting to cap. We fire around him blind. Don't get a reset. The Marder's gone into the riverbed to try and come around and spot the KV-1 from a different direction. And the KV-1 stopped capping. That could be because the KV-1 is going after the Marder. But it also might be that the KV-1 knows where we are and is coming to try and kill us. Now you move the vehicle there. Oh, the enemy gorilla's been spotted. So we're going to try and get a shot on him. Oh, we're out of ammo. So that's why we weren't loading. I wondered why we weren't loading. He's run out of ammo. Oh dear. What a time to run out of ammo. But at least he got a Radley out of it. I don't think there's anything he can do now other than try and ram the enemy to death. And the Marder manages to get the gorilla. But unfortunately the Marder's been taken out by the KV-1 and all he can do now is basically try and do his best to stay alive. He could try and ram the enemy, but I think that would probably end up with him being killed. So I think he's just going to sit here and wait for the enemy to turn up. I've no doubt they're on their way. That's the thing about these Arties, they don't have much in the way of ammo, I'm afraid, at this level. And, yep, I think he may have been spotted by the KV-1. Yes, he has. He's got no sixth sense. And that's the end of the game. So, unfortunately, it is a defeat. And let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was a first class tanker for Burntbear in the M41 HMC. He also got a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 25 in that battle. But unfortunately, fortunately, he did end up with an epic medal, which was a Radley Walters for getting at least 8 kills. He got 8 exactly, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. But sadly, it was a defeat, and a lot of those shots that he, hastily dialed in on the enemy and fired without it being fully aimed, unfortunately, those were wasted. And if he'd used those shells on the enemy towards the end, I think he might have got some more damage, maybe possibly even a pulse medal. But I think it was inevitably going to be a loss, because once he lost the 38T, he wasn't going to have anybody else spotting for him, because if he tried to spot for himself, I think it probably would have ended up with the same results. So nice try, Burntbear. Congratulations on getting the Radley Walters. But let's have a look at team scores and see what happened. Well, yep, he actually came second on damage on his own team, 970 hit points. The Marder came in with 1,465, had the highest on both teams. In fact, he picked up the high caliber. When it came to kills, though, it was definitely Burntbear who managed to get the highest amount. He got 8. The KV-1 managed 7, so he picked up a Top Gun. And the next highest score was the M4 Sherman with only 3. When it came to base XP, it was the KV-1 who managed to get the highest amount, 1,003. Then we've got the SAV M43 with 626, and the M4 Sherman with 620. But the Marder 38T managed to score higher than both of those two. He managed to get 653 base experience points, and Burntbear managed 472. So let's have a look at detail. Well, he fired all 22 rounds of ammo in his magazine. He got 6 direct hits, 6 penetration, 5 splash, 970 hit points of damage, all at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits from the KV-1. They both penetrated, damaged 9 in the enemy, killed 8 of them. And on the standard account, he earned 12,602 credits, got 3,509 credits because this for the Achievements Award for getting an epic medal, the Radley Walters and the Top Gun, and that brought his total to 16,111. And after repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 3,621 credits altogether. He also picked up 472 base XP, 281 for the Achievements Award, took away 753 experience points altogether. But yes, he says in the title, a couple more rounds please. I think if you held off firing on some of those shots earlier in the game, and if they'd been a bit more accurate, I think you probably would have got a few more rounds left at the end of the game. But I think it would also help if you were using an aim mod, which would actually tell you when you're fully dialed in, because that tends to prevent you from firing until you can see it fully dialed in on target, and then you get accurate shots. But back then, of course, Arty was fairly inaccurate anyway, because to stop us from actually getting one-shot kills all the time, Wargaming deliberately introduced a far bigger RNG factor into the game. But it was a good game all the same, so if you enjoyed it, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.